Ever wondered whether your employer has the right to interrupt your well-deserved downtime with work-related requests? Welcome to the world of the right to disconnect laws, where the boundaries between work and personal life are not just blurred lines on a sketchy canvas, but legally defined territories. Let's start with France, a pioneer in this arena. Back in 2017, France introduced a law giving employees the right to ignore work-related messages outside of office hours. This law, designed to combat work-related stress and burnout, applies to companies with more than 50 employees. It's not about banning after-hour emails outright, but rather about negotiating the terms of digital communication to ensure a healthy work-life balance. Across the Atlantic, in Canada, Quebec became the first province in 2019 to pass a similar law. However, unlike France, Quebec's legislation does not specify the size of the company for the law to apply, making it more encompassing. Now let's head south to Portugal. Portugal recently made headlines when they passed labor laws aimed at attracting digital nomads. These laws, interestingly enough, include penalties for employers contacting workers after hours. There's a catch, though. The right to disconnect was not approved, which means that while you might not be bothered after hours, there is no explicit law protecting your right to disconnect. In contrast, Spain is in the process of introducing a right to disconnect law, which will give the employee the right to digitally disconnect after their workday has ended. This law will also cover digital nomads, a significant step considering the rise in remote work in recent years. So, what does this all mean? It's clear that different countries are taking steps to address the issue of work-life balance in our increasingly digital world. However, the approach varies from country to country. While some, like France and Quebec, have passed laws giving employees the right to disconnect, others, like Portugal, have introduced measures to protect work-life balance without explicitly granting the right to disconnect. In summary, the right to disconnect laws are a reflection of our changing work landscape. They aim to protect the work-life balance of employees in an increasingly digital world. However, the implementation of these laws varies greatly from country to country, depending on their labor market dynamics and cultural norms. As we continue to navigate this digital age, these laws will undoubtedly evolve and adapt, just like we have. So the next time your work email pings after hours, remember, depending on where you live, you might just have the right to ignore it. Until next time, keep questioning, keep learning, and keep exploring the boundaries of your digital world.